All right. So, guys, I already did a full reaction to the entirety of the mirroring mail, all the stuff that we're getting, and the skins that we're getting, and everything like that, guys. We're finally getting the skins. So if you want to see my first reaction to that, you can go watch the other video, or you want to see everything that we're getting, you can go just watch it. You can just skip through the certain parts if you want to just get a brief summary. But I just wanted to upload the ML Senya skills for those of you who just want to see the skills part of it. I'll give you my thoughts on this. All right. So let's get started with it.
I can't do it alone. We can do it together.
You see Senya in her dragon form, which is pretty cool to see. You don't get to see the dragons do that
Senya, who had an
much.
innocent, happy childhood, grew up in Aramelka, a peaceful village under Alencia's protection, and received ample
Okay, so
love and
Alencia
support
raised
from
her,
her
yeah.
neighbors. In particular, she loved baking cookies and bread, and her dream was to one
It's
day open
S3
a
animation.
bakery in the
S3
village.
animation. I thought it was a skill
However,
too when I saw it on
only
the
due to the lack
Mary
of
Mill.
friends her age, Senya happened to meet Alencia and formed a special bond of friendship.
Yeah.
Young Senya
All right. We're here. So I when I saw the 800 defense, I thought she would be a defense killing unit, but apparently she's not. She has really low base speed, which it doesn't really matter too much. It doesn't matter too much, or it depends on what you're fighting, what kind of situations you want to bring her into. But it doesn't really matter too much in the situation where she's good in, and you'll see what I mean by that. She has low ER though. Usually people who have starting ER they have like around 30, but that's all right. The Soul Weaver Pisces. Okay, so we get to her skills here. Her skill three. Okay, so at the start of the battle, she gets 40 fighting spirit, right? Which you guys know Emma Politis is out there, right? So yeah, do with that what you what you may. Fighting spirit, and when the foremost ally, except for the caster, is a earth, so green element, right? If it's a green unit in the front, she gets an additional 40, and this goes up to 40, so it goes up to 80. So it's 80 total, right? After skill enhancement. After skill enhancement, she gets 80, right? And then she gives this special friendship buff to the person in the front line, in the front row, to the target. Yeah, to the target. Okay, when attacked, she gains 20 fighting spirits. So she starts with 80. She starts with 80, and then she gets another 20 if you hit her. So this is made kind of to counter Harsetti, right? This is made to counter Harsetti, but you can also use this into like if someone is using like a ran cleave, which I don't, if somebody's doing like a ran cleave or any kind of AOE opener cleave, right? That isn't like the 0-1. I think that's going to just reset you or something like that, right? Because she doesn't reset her skills to target the front line, right? When the fighting spirit is full, she consumes all of it to dispel all the buffs on herself, right? Before activating help. And this is her passive. Attacks all enemies and grants an extra turn to the caster. So the reason why this part is specifically for Harsetti and Cleave. It works for AoE openers as well, but Harsetti specifically is because Harsetti with her RNG. Let's say she did not have this, right? Harsetti with her RNG stops her passive in general stops CR push. You can't get CR push on Harsetti turn. So if this was a CR push, it would have been cut, right? So what this says is Senya is basically guaranteed to go after Harsetti. Like you can't R speed RNG her even if she's at base speed, right? She's just taking the turn and then you'll see with the S3, she's be able to help your team to get ahead of the Arceti teams and hopefully take over the match, right? So A successful attack deals additional damage equivalent to 15% of her max HP and the person in the front max HP, which is most likely a green unit. If you want to fight her, so you're gonna have to put a green unit in the front to take full advantage of her passive, right? And the foremost ally. So, and a thing that's common, I guess, with her set is they make them base speed on like defense, specifically on like arena defenses. I mean, arena in RTA you might see fast ones, right? You might see fast ones, but they make their whole team just base speed and like tanky, or base speed and just tank and effectiveness or something like that. This you can kind of do with the person in the front as well, all right? You can kind of do that and just make them as bulky as possible to get the most amount of damage from this. All right, pretty is pretty strong. After attacking on the bearer's turn, this is a special friendship buff, right? Deals additional damage proportional to the bearer's max health. So she does, when she procs her S2, she does a proc. She does a proc, which does a, it. I don't know how much HP they had in the preview, but it does a lot of damage. And this person in the front gets, basically they get a 3F, right, for themselves. Pretty cool. It has to be a crit unit though. It has to be a critical hit, so keep that in mind.
There is an
All right.
spirit is full health.
So you see how
Star
Seti
Spirit
goes here,
charges and grants an extra turn to the caster.
and she
A
just
successful attack deals
goes.
additional damage,
So no matter what the speed RNG is on her Seti, she just takes
equivalent
the
to
turn.
15% of max health of the caster and the foremost ally
She takes
except
the
for the
turn,
caster.
and then
For
she's gonna
special
use her
friendship,
S3. All right. But look how much damage that did to the Mort and the
caster and
Ilinov.
the foremost
Look how much
ally
damage
except
that
for the
did. It's a lot of damage.
caster. For special friendship, after attacking on the bearer's turn, a critical hit deals additional damage proportional to
Is
the
that a
bearer's
squishy
max
Ilinov
health
though?
of
I
the
don't know.
target.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage.
Skill
And then her skill 3, which is why her passive is important versus her Seti specifically, and some cleaves, right? Is she pushes up by 20%. So your team is most likely guaranteed to cut above the Harseti team, and she has a full cleanse as well. So I think this unit is gonna be quite good. Obviously, things counter her, Muna and stuff like that. Muna counters her, but if you're with Muna with Harseti, then you still get to go before Muna, right? You still get to go before Muna. So Mona, Celine could probably take out one of your units because it's a non-attack skill. Her S2 is an attack skill, so maybe her S2 actually, if it if it one shots the Celine, because it did a lot of damage to more than Ilanov. A lot, right?
3, Snack Time, gains 20 fighting spirit, stops fighting and takes a break.
Wait. What? Oh, okay. Yeah,
Expelling all
25.
debuffs from all allies, and granting continuous healing for
So
2
this is actually good. I wonder, does she only activate this when she's hit, or whenever she has 100? So let's say it's like a single target team, like cleave team going on, and they don't target her. Will she proc it if she presses S3? Like if you build her fast, will she still proc her passive on her own?
turns before increasing combat readiness by up to 20%. Skill 1, Oopsie, accidentally spills bread to
And
its
then yeah, skill one. It's not nothing too great, too crazy, but doesn't need to be. So a random dual attack and increases combat readiness of the caster by 15%. And then if you soul burn it, you increase everybody's combat readiness. I think she has a pretty solid kit. I think she has a pretty solid kit. So let me know what you guys think about her and what she does for the meta.